Hi everyone, Peacock's Smoking Gun here, and welcome to the first video in this very new series, Skullgirls Guides, or Skugs for short. In this episode, we will be going over the buttons, basic mechanics, and movement, just so you can get started. Skullgirls is a 2D fighting game with beautiful hand-drawn art, a killer soundtrack, and high-speed action. Originally released in 2012, the game has been going strong for over a decade and is still being updated to this day with new characters and balance patches. It is a blisteringly fast team game with an emphasis on flashy combos, chaotic neutral, and overwhelming offense. With a community of die-hard fans and Beowulf players, there is no better time to get into it than right now. Skullgirls is what we call a 6-button fighting game. The buttons in question being Light Punch, Light Kick, Medium Punch, Medium Kick, Heavy Punch, and Heavy Kick. These buttons also have different moves depending on if you're standing, crouching, or jumping. Some characters also have command normals, done by inputting a direction and a button. For example, Light Punch on Parasol without any direction, you get her jab. However, if you press forward in Light Punch, instead you get her fast overhead. Everyone has a throw as well, done by inputting Light Punch and Light Kick at the same time. The motions of this game are also pretty simple. You mostly have quarter circles, charge motions, and dragon punch inputs. No pretzel motions, half circle backs, or dodecahedrons, just the simple stuff. As a side note, the community for this game uses numpad notations when talking about moves or combos. If this is your first fighting game, don't be intimidated by the seemingly random assortment of letters and numbers. Just look at the numpad on your keyboard and assume everything is written for the player 1 position. So 6 means forward, 4 means back, 2 means crouching, etc. So when a combo ends with 2 HP, 623 HP, 236 PP, they're saying you do your crouching heavy punch into your dragon punch input into your super. Next, we're going to talk about chains and cancels. This game uses a cancel system commonly found in anime fighting games and other team games. This system goes by a lot of different names, a magic series, gatlings, but in Skullgirls we just call them chains. Every character is able to chain their normals together in order from lights to heavies, though not all chains are built equally. Some characters like Eliza have 3-button chains, only being able to go from light to medium to heavy, while other characters like Philia are able to chain their light punch to their light kick to their medium punch to their medium kick to either their heavy punch or heavy kick. Chains can also change depending on if you're standing, crouching, or jumping. For example, Peacock has an identical 5-button chain to Philia when standing. However, when crouching, she can do a full 6-button chain, so experiment with your character to see what they can do. On the topic of cancels, we should also talk about special cancels. In this game, you're able to cancel your normals into specials and cancel your specials into supers. One of the things that makes this game special compared to other fighting games is that you're even able to cancel on whiff. This mechanic alone has so many different applications and changes the way the game is played on a fundamental level. For example, when someone whiffs a button in neutral, not only do you have to deal with the fact that they may call an assist to cover them, you also have to contend with the fact that they can cancel into a myriad of special moves to either make it safe, control space, or get out of the way. But remember that once they cancel into a special, the only cancel option they have left is super, which can make their pressure options linear to say the least, especially since they can't call assists during special moves. It may be funny to do Peacock's crouching heavy kick into DP, but if they block it, the only option you have are 2 supers that can both be punished by savvy players. So be careful. This game also has many inputs done by pressing 2 buttons simultaneously. For example, the dash macro is attached to 2 punch buttons. To tag in a character, you have to press both mediums or both heavies, and to call an assist, you have to press light punch medium punch or medium kick heavy punch. Now, it may seem like the game is asking you to play Beethoven's Ninth with one hand and Through the Fire and Flames with the other, but the game offsets this with 2 button macros. These are buttons that you can attach any input to. Want to put both your assists on separate buttons? Go for it. Only have 1 assist? Why not make a dash macro so your Philia can move like Magneto? Solo Bayo? Might as well make a grab macro. There's a lot you can do with these macros, so experiment for yourself and find the most comfortable layout you can make. On the topic of dashing, let's talk about the movement in the game. Every character in this game has a walk, a dash, both forward and back, a jump, and a super jump. Some characters like Sarabella have a step dash, while other characters like Annie have a run. Dashes also have different properties depending on the character. Beowulf's dash puts him airborne, allowing for easy instant overheads. Robo has the fastest dash in the game after startup, and Valentine's back dash also puts her airborne. Philia has a step dash that turns into a run. You get the idea. Notably, the backdashes in this game have no invulnerability, so backdashing is more of a movement tool rather than a defensive option. Air movement is just as diverse as on the ground. Some characters like Philia have an air dash, some characters like Squiggly have a double jump, and some characters have both. We call these characters top tiers. All air dashes in this game have a special property where you can cancel any aerial normal and certain special normals into an air dash. Pressing a button during the air dash will cause your character to fast fall, halting their momentum. Most air dash characters use a combination of these mechanics to pressure and open up their opponents. System movement isn't the only way characters shmove around the screen. There are also dive kicks, floats, lariats, teleports, and everything in between. Even characters with seemingly linear movement have unique ways to move about the screen. So see what your character has. As you can tell in this overview, the cast of Skullgirls is very, very diverse, so it shouldn't be too much trouble to find a girl, guy, or instrument that you like. And hopefully with this series, I can help people figure out the game for themselves so they can find the same kind of fun the Skullgirls community has been engaging with for years. In the description, I will have a link to Mizumi, the primary wiki for this game, and Dekillsage's character overview, so hopefully those two can help you on your way. And with that, the first episode of Skugs is finished. There should be the team building guide out on the channel right now, so you guys can go check that out if you haven't already. And other than that, be sure to come back here next week for another episode of Skugs. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all, and I hope y'all, try out the game.